How do you become a leader? How do you put yourself out there in the front of the pack to lead other people? 1 Chronicles chapter 11 answers that question, I think, vividly in just a few words. In 1 Chronicles chapter 11, David has just become king. And this is recounting that experience. And he has decided that Jerusalem is going to be the capital. Now, they've never had Jerusalem. The Jebusites have had Jerusalem. They should have had Jerusalem, but they never conquered Jerusalem. And so David says, this is where we're going to start. We're going to get Jerusalem because it's on a very high, elevated place. Militarily, it's a good spot. Politically, it's the center of the state. And so they said, let's make Jerusalem our place that's going to be a capital. But we have to take it first. And so the Bible says, David said, whoever leads the attack on the Jebusites will become commander-in-chief. In other words, commander of the army. Next word, Joab, son of Zeruiah, went up first. So he received the command. You're going to hear Joab's name for the next 40 years of Israel's history. For 40 years, he leads the armies of Israel. And why? Because he went first. Because he said, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to take a risk. David said, which of you guys wants to be a leader? Which of you guys wants to put yourself out there? Then go first. And he says, that's me. Here's the thing. Leaders lead. Leaders don't stop and say, well, do you want me to lead? Do you want me? How do you feel about my leadership? Leaders just go and do it. And they're not always the most qualified. You've probably seen that in the past. Hopefully a leader has good ears. They listen to people who are super qualified around them. But leaders have guts. They do it. They get up and they do it. Do you want to be a leader? Do you want God to use you in a big way? Then that thing that's in the back of your mind, you think maybe I could do for the Lord, maybe I could do, just do it. Try something. Try something and fail. It's okay. I mean, the Bible's full of people who failed. In fact, history is littered with people. The people who you know, who you think have done great things, they failed first, and they failed again and again, and then they kept trying. So speak up for God. He's not going to leave you hanging. Try something for God. He's not going to leave you hanging. Do you want to be a leader? Do you want to have people who are following you toward things that are for the Lord and things that are good and for godly purposes? Then go out there and lead. Do something for the Lord. And I'll tell you something. That's how it worked for Joab. That's how it's worked for almost everybody since then. And that's how it'll work for you. But your confidence can never be in yourself. Your confidence must be in the fact that God has called all of us to work for Him. But in that working for Him, there must be people who lead. People with guts. People who are willing to say, you know what? God said it. I'm going to believe it. And I'm going to act on it. Let that be you today. And start with yourself. Speak up for the Lord. Lead for Him.